Uh, I'm gonna have some early fun. I just got a text, Fins,
Uh-oh.
from a scammer. Fun fact, scammers, if you're gonna send somebody a fake your bank account has been hacked and you need to give us your password message, don't do it in a mass text to 200 people.
Oh, really? The
Uh,
fuck?
yeah, sure. My bank is telling me I'm hacked, and they sent that they wanted 200 other people to know I'm also hacked.
Please
Um,
That's funny.
Oh, that's beautiful. I absolutely love that.
I just the geniusness of some of these people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
sure, okay.
hopping on that train of horrible scam texts, let me see if I can open up mine because I keep getting texts where they're like, your package cannot be delivered. Please click this link. And I always text them back because I know that this is not an automatic thing. I know that they're texting this out to people. And I text them and say, what's the tracking number? And they never reply.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because if they knew the tracking number, then they would tell me, you know?
I always lead them on and pretend I'm like a little old person who doesn't understand technology.
I'm curious, what is the plus 44 number? United Kingdom. Okay, so
44?
this person is trying to scam me from the UK. All right? I don't get scammed by British people. All right? I'm an American. We scam the British, not the other way around.
Oh yeah, and everyone in my chat, Akko finally got her Life 2D model.
I did. Yes, it's
Look how
absolutely amazing.
we have the same bone wizard, Mama.
Oh my
Nico
god.
did. Nico did. It did her magic on her. I shilled Nico so fucking hard. Akko actually chose her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But when you said that, my mind immediately went to boned. It made it sound like Nico boned to create this model.
I mean, when two people really get along.
Oh,
I
is
would-
my
I would
audio
like
a
to-
little low?
I'm very intelligent. My mic was muted.
Nice.
It's all good. We'll make it work.
Thank you for the baddies, Poppy.
Oh goodness.
But also, like, okay, since I have the ability to move Akko around, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look how
Oh,
pretty
man.
she is.
You're gonna make me blush now. Come on, that's not fair.
Hold on. No, I know a faster way to make you blush.
Uh-oh.
Look at them personalities. Look at them personalities.
Oh man, I really like how nice the layout looks.
Your eyes are so
really
pretty
nice.
too.
Thank you. I really.
Ah.
While you're saying this, I'm trying to pop out chats, so I appreciate that. Do you guys want me to take the glasses off? I can take them off. I might be blind though, but I can take them off if you want me to.
I mean, hey, we are now sisters, so I have to hype you up.
I can take the glasses and the jacket off.
Today's.
It's a little cold in here, so I might
take
keep
the
the
shirt off?
jacket on. No, I don't no, this isn't a shirt, this is a tank top. It's a
You take the
very
tank
fancy
top
tank
off?
top. No,
Take
I
the
don't.
tank top off.
The tank top stays on.
Lumi booba time. Okay, I will bring up Lumi's personalities. There we go.
Oh goodness. Anyway,
Big bazongas.
Big bazongas.
yes. Anyway, welcome back to the Under the Tea podcast. I was not here last week. I was on vacation in Florida, and so I was not here. But I have returned, and to make up for the lack of content that I was able to contribute with, I have actually got the lion's share of crazy topics this week.
Yeah.
For people to talk about. So it's exciting stuff. How are you two doing? Sorry, I need to look over here. How are you two doing?
Doing good.
You two are over here on my podcast screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
so-
second monitor is on the left side. That's why I'm always looking at it this way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so Akko definitely has all the fun topics because the people we've been following got kind of boring and have kind of slacked off uh on being, funny to talk about.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
once they throw a few more pity parties, then we'll visit them.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide my screen here just for a moment. I wanted to bring
Okay.
one more thing up at the end. But yeah, it's been kind of a quiet. I would say it's been pretty much a quiet week. Most of the VTubers have kind of shut their mouths. Maybe they're getting smarter. Doubt it. But
I mean, it's been quiet all week until about 2 hours ago.
very true. Very, very true. Okay, don't want to start an activity. No. Show
And also,
screen.
Rex, I love objectifying women too.
How do I full screen on Opera? Is there an Opera full screen option?
I think it's F11.
Is it F11? There we go. There we go. Awesome. Now it looks a lot
Nerdy,
nicer.
did you hear about Pippa's Henya collab and getting attacked by Twitter freaks? Yeah, I heard about that.
We can talk about that briefly. I don't have anything on
I didn't know
that.
she got attacked again.
Yeah, people were trying to tell Henya to cancel the collab because Pippa is a political VTuber, fucking problematic, fucking all this other
she's a
stupid.
political VTuber.
I will tell you guys right now, as someone who actually really likes Pippa, I don't watch a lot of her streams because I don't watch people stream, period. But what I've watched of Pippa is she's a top tier shit poster, and we need her on this stream to shit post with us, alright? She is not political, alright? I would say,
I
and
would
I'm
kill
not
for the
gonna,
Pippa.
I will, this is unconfirmed. I don't know this for real, but she might be part of the Sweetie Squad. Maybe. Well, I don't
What?
know.
No,
that
she's
for sure.
definitely a part of the Sweetie Squad.
The fuck's that? I'm confused.
Oh, it's Mr. Medicare's fan club, basically.
She was on his stream.
That's
Okay.
You're right.
I was
You're
about
right.
to say, I seen a thumbnail on YouTube of Mr. Medicare and Pippa.
Uh-huh. No, she's not political by any means. And I think if people try to ascribe that, they're doing it in horribly bad faith.
And it's like, I watch some things of Pippa when clips of her pop up on my Twitter. And the last one that I seen was her when a fan was saying, "Hey, I have you on speaker while I'm eating McDonald's in the restaurant," and then she started yelling, "I have a bomb" in Spanish.
Yeah, she's a shit poster. Chat.
I adore her.
Also, chat, in fairness, she did not do a Rama Rama cover. Somebody used an AI to make her do one.
Really? I thought she tried to sing it. Like
She might have tried like a little bit on a stream, but
If I
the
remember-
full length cover was an AI done.
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I think what happened is she's like, "Hey, chat, we're gonna attempt this," and she attempts it, but it's not like an actual cover. It's just a let's mess around and do this stupid kind of thing. So
Let's
Thank you
fuck
for the
around and find
follow.
out.
exactly, exactly.
I mean, hey, one of these days, we can definitely throw Pippa a DM and be like, "Hey, do you think management would approve of you doing a collab with us?"
Oh, maybe we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we're too political. We're definitely not law tubers either. So that we've got that going for us,
Oh, did
Yeah,
you want
and
to talk about that this week?
Oh, did you want to talk about that? Because I haven't really pulled up anything when it comes
Lawtubers, what?
to LawTube.
Lawtube?
But I could bring it up briefly. I would just need to pull up another picture.
What's Lawtube?
Well, no, I
I'm
don't want to get you
confused.
off your thing. So LawTube is just lawyers that do YouTube junk.
Mm-hmm.
They got very
Oh.
popular during the Amber Heard trial.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I watch
Yeah.
I watch one of them. I forgot her name, but she was fucking hilarious.
I
Oh
can
yeah,
probably
is
guess them. But
is it
there's only like 2 of them that are females.
the one with glasses and I think blonde?
I can't.
Or is it brown hair?
And-
She's a nerd. She's a fucking nerd. I know that for sure.
Is it like straight hair, like real straight hair? If it's the one I'm thinking of, didn't she just get married or something?
I'll
can't remember.
have to find her.
I can't remember.
Yes,
Um,
chat. Like Nick or Kato, we were thinking about talking about his latest cringiness.
yeah, again, I don't have anything to pull up, but I'm just gonna summarize it, and yeah. But anyway, that I'll just kind of hold on to in the back of my hand, and we'll work
Keep in
on.
the back pocket.
Yeah, we'll work our way to that. Now, I wanted to ask both of you what you wanted to start with. Do you want to start with the thread that I posted, the very non-controversial thread that I have posted, asking
Oh,
people their
shit.
opinions about VTubers, or would you like to start with something else?
Mm,
I have a couple of
let's
fun
do
things here.
let's do the opinion post. And also thank you for the 100 biddies, Poppy.
Okay. Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
Extremely safe opinion time.
Extremely safe opinion. Exactly. Really quickly. Lolly, I forgot to mention it, but thank you for the bits. You are the first bit back since I've decided to. So, a fun fact, chat, you can actually get out of the affiliate program. You email them and say, hey, can you unplug my affiliate status? And then they will do it for you. And I am the only person, I think, that has ever emailed them twice to both unplug me and then replug me into the affiliate program. It's very funny.
That's funny.
I've done it twice. I'm not going to do it a
Ooh.
third, though.
That means you can set up, mix it up, and then you can do redeem toggles and stuff.
Yes, that is pretty much the only reason why I did it, actually.
She unplugs and replugs like a USB device. Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds very
Exactly.
suggestive.
Okay. Come on, we're being say so this November here. Say so November.
Okay, yeah, you could say that
Um,
with the tits I put up just right on the screen.
Exactly.
Oh wait, hold on,
Non-stop
let's
nut
see.
November.
Okay, good. All right, Mizu has the water balloons up. There you go. Now you can have
Oh.
his artificial
up on my screen.
personalities.
Oh.
There you go. Have the
I'm trying
implants.
That's funny. Okay. Anyway, before we start this, I actually wanted to cover something really quick. It's not really a big thing. It's more of a small thing. Ant got their account back. Ant finally was unsuspended from Twitter. Like I honestly kind of thought would happen eventually.
My wife has returned.
So yay for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do remember Elon saying something about suspension amnesty. Now I feel like it's kind of pick and choosy, but he seems to eventually unsuspend a lot of people. Some people are faster than others, but Ant got unsuspended, which means I have very, very big hope that Mizu, you're going to be unsuspended from Twitter eventually as
Yeah,
well.
I
I'm
think so
still
as well.
putting in things, and it's still not giving it to me.
Just give it a month. Ant was suspended for like what, 3-4 weeks? I can't remember how long. I can't remember.
I don't
That's
remember.
fair.
She was unsuspended, and now she's starting a podcast.
Yes. And
So-
is starting a podcast. First episode is Saturday at 4 p.m. UTC.
Yep.
That's like fucking 11 a.m. Central Time, I think.
There you go.
She's lucky I enjoy her content. Otherwise, I would never get up that early.
So wait, that's 11 a.m. So that's
I think.
midday. Okay. Well, there you go. She's back, chat, and she's crazier than ever. So go give her
Yep.
a sub. Excuse
And
me.
I already
I like
told
to
her
think we
Lumi
gave her
collab
the idea.
when, and she's like, "Let me get my footing first."
Yeah. What did you say, Mizu?
I think we gave her the idea for the podcast.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna take credit for that.
We're
I will not
trailblazers.
I will not push her to give an answer on that, but if she feels like she wants to, she can admit that.
I mean, how many different VTuber groups or friend groups or whatever started podcasts like shortly after we started ours?
I don't know. There's a lot, but I don't know.
I
It's
know
kinda
we're not
crazy,
the
man.
first, but like it's just funny. It's just funny
Yeah.
to note it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take credit for it. I just think it's awesome that a lot of people are gonna do it. Now, what I will say is, while people do start podcasts, there are people that try it and then decide not to do it anymore. So we'll see who likes doing it, because a lot of people start doing things, but if they don't like it, it dies after episode 2. So We'll see.
I mean, hey, we're on 8 now, so I think we're doing a pretty good job.
8 or 9, yeah. But yeah, best of luck to Ants. Really glad that they are back on the platform. That's really cool. Because they did not deserve to be mass flagged, in my personal opinion. I think that was like really dumb. Really, really dumb. Okay, so Lumi, do you have a bad VTuber opinion that would have people at your throats?
Most
I don't know, did
VTubers
you
could
write
care
one
less
down?
about anime or the wider community.
Are you quoting word for word what you
Yes.
said? Oh my gosh. Not entirely. Not entirely. We'll go. Okay, so chat. I decided now to be completely fair. I saw somebody do this. I was like, I wonder how many impressions I can get off of this. I wanted to see how many people would reply to this. I wanted to test it. I also wanted to just see what people thought. I know I'm in a tiny corner of the internet, but I wanted to see how many people it would spread out to. So I asked people, this is for VTubers and regular people alike, what opinion about VTubers would have you like this? And it's a picture of, I'll be honest, I can't remember his name, but he's from the
Flynn
Rapunzel
Rider.
movie. Is it Flint? Okay, there you
Flynn.
go.
Flynn
Flynn, there
Rider.
we are. It's Flynn from the Rapunzel movie.
Cloud Octopus.
There we go.
Oh, and I think my one VTuber opinion that would probably have me like that is that actually have to have a personality and not just like a $6,000 model to try to carry you.
I agree.
Need to actually put in effort and actually be entertaining.
I 100% agree. Here, sorry, I'm gonna turn my camera just a tiny bit there. I 100% agree. Because I've seen a lot of people, especially people with very expensive models, graduate. And the reason why I feel like they graduated is because they may have gotten a little bit of steam because of their model, but they had nothing redeeming about them. And this is a problem that I feel like is being encountered by a lot of people in this VTuber burst. We're going through a burst of the VTuber bubble, so to speak. And I very tirelessly keep bringing up this example that when it comes to Minecraft, you know, all the Minecraft creators, there was hundreds of them. And then the bubble burst, and now there's only a handful that actually still survive in the market. And so the exact same thing is happening with VTubers right now. The bubble has burst, all right? All of the shitty ones are going to be gone in like a year or two. And all this, and I'm not going to say it's going to be a small handful because I feel like VTubers are way more as opposed to Minecraft, VTubers are a little bit more resilient. I feel like because there's so many more places that they can go. Whereas with Minecraft, there's only one game and there's only so many creators and so many 13-year-olds that can grow up. But
yeah, and it's like to go along with the whole bubble bursting thing. It's like I know that one, YouTubing has become more accessible, but also harder to at the same time because yes, there are customizable models and stuff, but most people do not want to, you know, make a model from a customizable one and be like, oh, this person took my idea. No, it's just combinations, hair to boob C and all that shit. They're gonna wanna try to get custom models, but artists and riggers are actually finally you know, charging the amount that they know they're worth or they think they're worth, and it's now becoming more expensive to get custom models.
I think also as well, it's just like, you know, the model is a really good standard for people because like I think it's important to say that like the model is like an important draw. Like the personality I feel like is bigger, but the model is also important. So I think that like people are realizing that like there is a high bar of entry if you actually want to do this professionally. And I see a lot of people it's just like this isn't sustainable anymore. In fact, there was a person, I can't remember who they are, but let me see if I can find it on my phone right here. They were like, there's so many graduations going on in the VTuber sphere. Where is it?
.com style burst or 8 style burst.
It's possible.
I honestly think it's gonna be a .com burst.
Here it is.
I
What
could
is
see
happening?
that because
You
then
think
there'll be
so?
a bunch of people with a bunch of models that don't have like much value, even though they put like a great amount of value into them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that dude that we hosted for graduation of the week. He wants to sell his model for $6,000, but not many people, or really any, are going to pay that much for a previously owned.
Yeah, that has its own stuff that comes along with it. It's just like, yeah, this might be very might be worth a lot of money to you, but it's not worth a lot to the next person that might try to take it over, because nobody can really replace the person that was that model.
We
if
are
that
going to
makes sense.
see a lot of models for sale.
Probably. Very cheap ones. It's like cars, chat. The moment you drive that car, its value is instantly way lower than what you paid for it. All right. I remember buying a car. I drove it for 100 miles. I went to the dealership randomly because I had some questions for them. And they told me that it was worth less than $10,000 less than when I drove out with it. And it only had 100 miles on it. So models are going, some people may think it's sacrilege to call models like cars, but that's coming, chat. That's coming. And a whole lot of people are going to be sad. But you know
Used
what?
model salesman.
Used model salesman, exactly.
Oh, and yeah, Scap, that's what I was saying for, like, you know, not custom models. They're affordable, but a lot of people are going to want their own. A lot of people don't want to wait for, like, you know, that natural growth and be like, huh, okay, I think it's time for my own model. Like, there's this one VTuber, I forgot her name, but she has Marin model for Kevin, and she has customized for her succubus, I believe. And it's like, you know, it's basically a pre-made model with some custom assets. That's all she paid for, I believe. Or I don't know what's included with Kevin's Marin model, but it's like she's very popular. She has a great personality. I've watched, well, the only reason why I watched her is because I put Lumi or Smash or Pass, but she's fun.
So chat says, I didn't think selling a model was an option. So here's a fun fact for chat. An artist cannot prevent you from selling the rights to a model, which is something a lot of internet artists don't seem to understand. When you sell me something, you don't just sell me the art. If I buy full rights to it, which is what people do for VTuber models, I can resell the model no matter what's in your TOS. Because I'm not selling it as a product. I'm reselling the rights, and with those rights comes the model.
They can try to sue you, and we're not lawyers, but a lot of artists don't really realize, just like when you make a model for somebody, there's a lot that they give away, basically. And so you know,
it's like, I think that's why a lot of model artists will, like, you know, granted, my model artists give me the PSD file to send to the rigger, but I know of some who will only send the PSD files directly to the riggers, so then the person who commissioned the model will not have access to that. I think that's one preventative measure that some artists take.
You should be suspicious of artists that do that, though.
I totally would. Like, thank God I have chosen, not only have I chosen a good artist, I chose the artist that, like, has made, like, most of the art that I use for pretty much anything. So, if you're gonna buy a model, make sure that they give you all of the files. If they're not willing to, don't go to that artist, okay?
Yeah. The problem is a lot of artists want to maintain a lot of control over something they realistically shouldn't have any control over.
No.
And it's very awkward.
No, yeah.
Well, it's like, for some things I get, like, commissioning art for, you know, merchandise. It's like that's why some artists that I commission, when they have like, you know, the separate commercial fee for it,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't pay it, they just give you that art with their watermark on it, and when you pay for it, then, you know, they give you the unwatermarked.
Mm-hmm. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. So yeah, artists. If you want to make models, protect your rights, I guess, question mark. But also be ready for the fact that, like, if you make models, you're giving away the rights so that people can use them, because, like, they're gonna use them to make money. You know, I don't know, whatever. But yeah. So let's go through
Oh,
some of
thank you,
these hot
Kevin.
takes. And Chad, if you are one of these hot takes, feel free to shout yourself out in the chat here.
By the way, I'm showing your thing in chat, so let's not have any nudity.
There shouldn't be any. I don't remember any pictures in this, so this should be fine.
I will post tits right now.
Oh my gosh. I retweeted it. All right, we're gonna look at the crow retweets too, because some of these are really good. We're gonna, when I get to, we'll skim through some of these, because some of these are actually very similar. When we find when I find one that we wanted to, if you guys hear one you want to talk about, just start screaming and I'll shut up. But we'll go through some of these.
Okay.
People give an unhealthy amount of money to VTubers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look more lifeless than a One Piece character during the Big Mom arc. I don't know what that
Hey
means.
now.
Thank you for the follow. Are you doing lag grenade?
Oh my gosh.
I can agree with that in that some riggers don't do a very good job.
I agree.
And I think that's like there's the aspect that you really need to overact on your own side in order to make it look good. But there's also some
pretty
riggers
much.
that just do a very bad job of rigging it.
I
It's
agree.
like, this is one thing that we were talking about in Nico's server when, well, Nico's server and when that VTuber concert drama thing was going on, where people are like,
The
oh yeah,
eyeball.
this dude is so, like, stiff and shit with his model. It's like, for male VTuber models, unfortunately, they don't have assets to fucking jiggle around and shit.
Mm.
Well, I think they could do better with male models. It's just a lot of artists don't care.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
like
noticed that male models fall by the wayside.
Nico is doing a really good job bringing male models to life. We've been sending her like a bunch of shit, like, hey, look at this, hey, look at this, and she's going to be incorporating that for her future male children stuff.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I do agree. Some of and here's what I will say: if you want a model, please do not go for the cheapest rigging operation that you can find. All right, just because someone says they're going to do it for $100 doesn't mean that you're going to jump around on the screen like you're the next HoloLive star. All right, be willing to spend a couple $100 on this, because you want the goods, you want to perform, you want the good stuff. All right. That's why when I made my tweet asking for somebody to program the model, I knew in my mind that the most I would probably spend is $1,000. I didn't spend that much, but I knew that that was probably how much I could spend. So, you know, don't
and also,
skimp.
one more thing on the rigging. You can have the world's best rigger stuff, but do not forget you need to set up the parameters to your face, your eyes, your lips, your everything. Because when they test it, it's set up to fit their face, to show you, hey, look what your model can do. It's your responsibility to tweak those numbers. It's so then, you know, you're still gonna have to overexpress to do some stuff, but, you know, you gotta mold it to your face so then you don't have to, you know, somehow break your face to get a simple expression down.
Any names for a good rig person? Yeah, Nico, you want to shout out? Or excuse me, Luma, you want to shout out Nico?
Nico, my bone wizard mama, absolutely. We are sisters now.
Yes, we are.
She does amazing fucking work. She will do literally anything that you want. If you want, you know, certain toggles, she'll do it. If you have accessories up the ass, she will make that shit wiggle, jiggle, and shine.
I told her that she had to make the jacket look nice, and it jiggles. Because the jacket is the best part, chat. All right, and she does good. She does good.
The best part for my model is honestly the ear fin wiggles when I move my eyebrows.
That's awesome.
It makes Lumi so much more expressive when I can move her ear fins like this.
It's like your own cat ears, but like even
it
better.
Is.
Oh goodness. But yeah,
I'm gonna put
don't skimp out, chat.
I'm gonna put Nico's link in my chat.
Perfect.
Gonna shill some more.
Jacket do be moving. I agree. Wish I had the money to get my own original model. I'm also the same person who spent a bunch of money on computers. Hey, prioritize, all right? And if this is your business, it's a tax refund because it's your business. It's a deduction, excuse me. They're right. I know how to IRS, even though they should too. Okay. Most need to stop being lazy and whiny. Give me a reason to watch your streams, i.e. clips, not a reason to avoid you like Twitter drama. I agree. I think that a lot of people are just going to sit and whine about why they're not famous instead of actually,
going out and trying to make something of it.
I know a few people that just like say, I'm not famous enough yet. You guys need to make me famous. And then they wonder why they're not having success and why people around them are upset that they're not seeing the success that they're telling them to trust on. And it's just, it sucks, man. It sucks. I don't know. Oh, here's one. Most VTubers could care less about VTubing, anime, or anything remotely related to it, and simply started because it was popular. This is very true, Mizu. Very, very true. I remember. Do you guys remember when Pokimane was a VTuber for a day?
I was just about to bring up Pokimane.
And I called her out as just like trying to ride the wave, and I had a bunch of people get on my case like, you can't be gatekeeping what a VTuber means. She's just as much of a VTuber as everyone else. Shut up.
We can.
Man,
I will. I can and will.
insane.
I can and will. There's too many weirdos in the VTuber sphere that I can and will gatekeep it if I feel like it. The only one that I feel like was okay, and I think he did this just because he thought it was cool and because he was moving to Japan, and that was PewDiePie. He wanted to try it, and again, he was a big guy. But I genuinely think he just thought it was cool, and then I think he stopped because a whole bunch of people were giving him shit. But people always give him shit, so it's just like, I don't know. I think he wanted to try it.
Is either a celebrity or a big YouTuber who had just a PNG of their face rigged to look like a VTuber face that people can slap on. I forgot. I think it was Charlie.
I can't remember.
I don't remember who, but it was somebody's face that was just rigged as an asset for someone just to put on like a fucking mask. Horrifying.
It's interesting. Nux made a video about gatekeeping Pokimane and how it was wrong, and that's when I officially stopped watching him because he was wrong.
Well, he is wrong. I don't know if it was executed.
We should gatekeep. There are people that shouldn't just be in the field for the clout of it, just because it's riding a wave, just because they want to try and attract another group of audience. I don't know. I think Pokimane. I think there are some creators where it's just like, maybe you shouldn't, because you're not going to get the audience you think you want. The audience that you want is not this audience.
It's just funny that my first introduction to an actual VTuber was just It's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam is... I will say that, like, there are a lot of people that were VTubers before VTubers were a thing. A lot of people that just used animated pictures, or just like pictures that they flopped around on the screen and all that kind of stuff. I can think of a lot of examples.
He just used a customized scout model from TF2 and put it into fucking
that counts.
Was it VC face or something like that, or it was some sort of tracking.
It counts. Oh, who was that? There was another VTuber. I think he's a panda bear.
Loping?
No. Oh, he's like a really big guy who also got into drama. But he's like a bear. Oh, it's a pan. I'm gonna ask one of my friends because one of my friends should know. They like watch him.
I don't think I've ever heard of them, to be perfectly honest.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting for them to reply. We'll continue.
Okay.
I don't care what race, sex, religion, political affiliation you are. Be who you want to be. Portray who you want to portray. The market of personality and entertainment will decide who succeeds. Pretty
Yeah.
much agreed. It is harder for male VTubers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
I hate when people say it's not, and they're like,
No,
"You
yeah.
think just because I have big titties, more people watch me?" Yes. I
Yeah.
don't know why you pretend this isn't a thing.
It's like does everyone like to forget that the fact that sex sells is a huge that's still around,
yeah.
no matter how people try to say, oh, objectifying women bad, blah 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 blah. It's like, one, objectifying women is fun, excuse you. Two, it's gonna bring in the most audience. Why do you think there's still fucking weird sex scenes in movies and oh, just trying to commission art of male characters, strangely tough. If you're trying to find commissions for males specifically, I got a few artists in mind. I can send you their contact info.
There you go. Now, I do think that males have a harder, and I think that part of the reason is mostly because the audience for females or gay men, just putting those two pools together, because those are the people that would like male VTubers. That pool is, in my opinion, vastly different from the pool of men or lesbians that would like female VTubers. I feel like that pool is vastly different, and because of that, males are way more. They're more incentivized, in my opinion, to already be good at a content than to try and just use their personality to get big.
And also, like, it takes a certain personality of to actually tolerate watching for 10 minutes.
I agree. Also, my friend got back to me. I was talking about Baru. Do any of you know who Baru is?
Admiral Baru.
Yeah, Admiral Baru.
He got in trouble a while back.
I've heard of the name, I just don't know who.
He did. Do you want to summarize that, Mizu? Because I think you remember it better than I do.
I won't remember it better than you do. I just remember he got in trouble for like defending one of his friends for being an absolute dickhead, and then it came out that he was also being a dickhead to people.
Yes, and then it came out that Baru had some sort of thing with them, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna get better," all that streamer stuff. But yeah, Baru.
I genuinely. So this is technically a tangent. This is something I don't get with a lot of these larger accounts, because it happened with Sarai, it happened with Admiral Baru, it's happened with some of the VShojo members, where like this thing comes out where they're talking to their fans or their artists in like these really angry and aggressive ways, and I just don't get it. Like Sarai, for one of hers, it was for a art contest where she got free art from a bunch of her fans, and she was like being angry with them for like certain ways they had drawn her. And I'm like, if I had a whole bunch of people giving me free art because they liked me, they would all get like a personal thank you letter from me. I don't understand where you get off being angry with them.
I don't know. I think that and I'm not gonna be. I promise I'm not being mean when I say this. Chat in moderation. It is mental illness. It is definitely a mental illness where some people get in their head how something should work, and the moment that somebody else pushes that image away from where they think it should be, they lash out. They lash out, and I'm only saying this because as somebody with their own mental goings-ons, sometimes when your mental image is shattered, you can freak out. It's just what happens. Really weird to watch, and hopefully people learn that having that happen in public on the internet, bad idea. very bad idea because like some of these people are.
And I would be happy with a funny little stick figure with stick figure hair and stuff of Loom. I'd be like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I am putting this on the fridge like a proud parent.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I told people, you draw me things as long as it's not explicit. I'll put it in my 3D bedroom because I want to show that off. So you know,
I can't
it's
show off all of mine. That's old.
people.
Hi,
That's
Shadow
okay.
Strike. How are you?
That's okay. Okay, let's move on. Attacking them for having them being VTubers for having IRL partners is insane. This is more aimed at the idle side of it. Creators have lives. You are someone that watches them, and they are someone who is watched while they play games, talk. I don't know how people get mad into that. I think that personally, I think people get mad because part of the reason why idol culture is so successful, and I know that corporations really lean into this, but the idea that even a minute chance that some guy or girl can get with the person that they really like to watch is so appealing that the minute that they learn that that person has a partner, that image again is shattered and then they lash out.
I mean, it's like, you know, I get why corporations want to sell the girlfriend experience or the boyfriend experience. Looking at, I think it's Niji Sanji, that recently released like a wedding line of merch and shit where people can buy, like, you know, their favorite VTubers in a wedding dress or a wedding suit or whatever. And then they also sold those voice packs as well.
Let
And
me know,
it's
chat,
like,
I'm not doing that. You can't put me in a wedding dress unless it's fan art.
and it's like,
Oh, don't worry, I'll get you in one day.
Okay.
it's like I'm not fucking like, you know, secretive about it where like, you know, I mention my boyfriend a lot. You can hear him coughing in the background or chatting and stuff. I have him on my streams. My community knows, and whoever on Twitter actually pays attention also knows. And it's like, you know, I honestly give a shit if for some reason I am ever, you know, dragged into the shadows and chloroformed by a fucking agency.
A three-letter agency.
I have to be quiet about it, but you know, until that happens, if that happens, which I highly doubt, I'm
Blink
I'm
3
gonna be
times
open
if there's
about it.
somebody behind you.
See, I can do that now, and it actually is more responsive. No, but I do think that like there is an incentiveness for people to be like, oh, I'm single and all that kind of stuff, and it does kind of push the mentality in some people's heads that oh, maybe I can get with them, and it's I don't know, it's very immoral. I'm not going to say it's like money wise, it's not immoral at all. Like if I didn't have any, that would totally be at the forefront of what I did. But I do have morals, and family watches me, so you know.
Hey, Rain, we don't have much tea yet. We have plans.
We're talking.
Right.
We're kind of discussing small bits.
Yeah, you're not that late.
Yeah.
I'm selling out ASAPL. Go to an agency for $3 and a chicken sandwich. Nerd. Imagine Lumi being the CIA's first generation of VTubers. It's actually all a psyop.
Oh man.
The first generation MK Ultra tuber.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd be pissed off if you weren't sharing your money with me. Oh goodness.
Look, as long as you use your influence to like erase my name from the database, we're cool.
Your meme? What'd you send me?
FedTuber.
FedTuber.
All right.
Let me see what you.
Let funny donos go
hell
through.
yeah.
Like the funny pink rabbit and an individual of Arizona whose name starts with razor and ends with fist, or straight up play some game that gets edging close to getting in trouble with moral Okay, so here is what I'm gonna say. The people don't do that because they like making money.
Yeah.
Pippa is on the line, and you know what? That's awesome. But she doesn't cross that line because she also likes making money. I think there was a time where she was way more open, and she stopped because management told her, dial it back so you can continue making money.
Yeah,
So
so chat, don't feel like too against people who won't be edgy. Uh, Save that for the people who are actively railing against it, right?
exactly.
There's a huge difference between Pippa reining herself in so she can try and make money, and someone like iDubbbz actively saying anyone who was like Pippa used to be should be shut down and shunned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because those are the people that you need to worry about. They pull up the ladder. AI art and those basic ass Jenny VTuber models are red flags. I don't know what that means. Jenny
Oh,
models.
the Jenny models. I seen them a lot when I first was getting into
That's like that
tubing.
sister model, right?
Yeah. I seen this one person that had a Jenny. That was I
Okay.
didn't know. I don't know if they had like a previous fan base where they just made a brand new account tubing or what.
Mm-hmm.
But just plain Jenny model. No customizations at all, just basic colors. 3 days later, had 6,000 followers on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Stuff.
she was one of the first ones to take off. And it
Mm-hmm.
really annoyed me because I was in the middle of telling people like there is legitimately a strategy to where if a model is a certain level of quality and it looks cute enough, you will
Mm-hmm.
immediately have like a jump start over other people. And
Yeah,
people are like, that doesn't happen. And then she
it
came
does.
around and it's like I really on the one hand I really don't want to like call her out specifically because I
Mm-hmm.
don't like sending people to go mess with somebody else. But at the same time, she paid $20 for a pre-made model that 100 other people have, but people
Mm-hmm.
thought it was hers and they thought it was original, so she skyrocketed from literally 10 followers to 6,000 followers in less than a week
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And thanks for the
Wow.
sub,
without putting
cat.
any content out. I think the worst part is she went from 10 followers to about 2,000 with one tweet. And that
Yeah.
tweet was, I'm going to start VTubing. Here's my model.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I fucking remember that. I got so fucking annoyed, and I know I shouldn't have gotten annoyed, but like I knew it was a model you can buy for $20 fucking, and it's like, okay, this has to be an already well-known person behind this, but like I couldn't find a link to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I know it's a very, very, very fucking cheap to buy followers on Twitter.
It
Stuff.
is.
It's like pennies on the dollar,
Mm-hmm.
cheap. But like God, I can see why a lot of people think about it, especially if they've been, working their ass off and trying to put content out there and not getting any traction.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right. Let's see. There's a couple of people that basically have the same opinion, and I am gonna pick this one. The horny VTuber look is overused. Makes me think people are doing it just for the views, attention, and money. They are.
Yep.
Mostly why I like watching indie VTubers. Not a lot of them that are like that, and I'll pair this in with that one. Just because VShojo or other night companies did something doesn't mean you need to do it too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, I agree. I think there is an oversaturation of booby VTuber streamers. So be more original. There's a reason why I'm not doing that, and it's because yeah, it does get easy views. And if I did it, it probably would throw me in that circuit. But I don't
I
want to
I
do that.
mean I mean that cleavage is saying.
I put on a shirt. Listen, there's a shirt on and a jacket.
No, it's a tank top.
It's a
A
I'm
tank.
modified tank
appreciating
top.
that window.
Exactly. I feel. Listen, it's totally fine here. All right.
Yes.
It's grandma approved. All right. So it's fine.
What is Night Company in this context? Fucking, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's just companies like VShojo.
Uh,
I don't know. I personally think VTubers shouldn't get political unless that's the content you make. Nobody honestly cares what you think about world issues. People want to see you be stupid, have fun, and play video games. very true. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of VTubers, especially with the war that's going on, the second war that's going on right now. Nobody cares. All right. Everybody thinks war sucks. All right. Everybody thinks that people dying sucks. Nobody wants to see it. They wanna look at and laugh at you like you're a clown. All right.
Yeah, but now there's people that are like, I will block any VTubers who don't state their opinion on this, and I'm like, please, I just want to be a cute mermaid. I don't want life.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. And it's just like nobody cares. All right. Nobody cares. And you chase off people. Like I've seen so many people that are just like, I don't follow this person anymore because they're very political, and it's just
Oh, Poppy, you don't know what cleavage is? Here, I'll show you what cleavage is. You see the squish between the two titties? That is cleavage. You see Akko's squish between her two titties? That is cleavage.
Rain says, I disagree. I think the idea all VTubers had to be some kind of character is incorrect. There's people who are just using it to have a representation of themselves. I don't think they mean everyone has to play a
Yeah, shit.
character,
They're pinned to me.
No.
but we are characters. Like,
yes.
so most people don't really care about our political views. Because most people come to any kind of internet entertainment to get away from that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small niche group of people that go to the internet for their political views. And those people are annoying.
Yeah.
Allowed to speak about it if they want to. They are, however, here is what I will say. If you do understand, you are kneecapping yourself to a wider audience. Because I'm just going to be honest with you, all right? And I don't feel like this is controversial to say. I think this is 100%. A majority of people think this. And do you want to know how I know that? Because I talk with normal people every single day. I go and touch grass on a daily basis. I interact with people, house to house, to do what I do. Most people don't give a shit. And they actively move away from that, all right? And there is a very... You are in the minority if you are happy with people splurting their political opinions all day, all right? Because 3/4 of the world, more than half of the world, doesn't give a shit and moves against that because they don't care. So if you decide to make your politics you're on the screen, just understand that you're probably going to lose a lot of people because they don't care, or it just doesn't matter to them.
I drink.
It really doesn't. I don't know.
Also, I
know.
think
Am I
you
wrong?
are somewhat misunderstanding what XQC's draw is. XQC's draw isn't politics anything.
Oh, no.
XQC's draw is the controversy.
Yeah.
People don't show up to XQC to watch him react to, like, the bombings that he did the other day. They show up to see other people's reactions to him.
Yeah.
The XQC thing.
Also, we're not saying you
insensitive?
don't have the
Yes.
option to do it. We're saying A, it kneecaps you. And
Yes.
B, we're also talking about a group of people that are demanding all of us take a stance.
Yes.
And none of us want to take a stance.
No.
No.
Again, you can have an opinion. And what I mean by kneecapping, some people might get this wrong. What do I mean by kneecapping? I'm talking about business-wise, all right? People don't like talking, again, you have to be in a very specific niche, all right? Do you want to be a Ben Shapiro, or do you want to be a Hassan, or do you want to be anybody on those political spectrums? Awesome. There's people for you. Most of those people don't like VTubers for the most part. And if they do like VTubers, they probably won't like you, all right? I'm just stating a fact. Most people, especially VTuber followers, don't care and don't like politics. You can have an opinion, just understand, business-wise, it's a bad idea. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Bad business idea. Anyway.
And I do agree with Hades where you said I may have a stance, but that doesn't mean I'm going to share it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
No one can demand you to share your stance in it. Palpatine, I'll never support the men who turned Anakin to the dark side.
Oh.
Did you see the fucking Twitter account who mistyped Palestine to Palpatine?
I did not see that. That's awesome, though.
They. Oh man, I love it.
People get canceled for political views. No politics is safe. I agree. I think it's just safer brand wise for you to just say, I don't care. All right. You can be as, in my personal opinion, be as milquetoast as possible. Some people may hate you for it, but guess what? It's brand safe. And if you want to start a business and do a business, be as brand safe as possible and avoid it. Period.
Also, Rain, I agree. There is like a niche there that someone could technically capitalize on. But it's important to understand with politics, once you dip your toes in that, you don't leave.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
it's different with games, right? I can play a game and maybe I'll get some members of that game's community to follow me. And maybe one or two of them will really insist I go back to that specific game, but I can leave and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
With politics, the people you get following you from politics care about nothing else.
Exactly. Exactly.
They will never watch you for anything but politics.
Exactly.
And anytime something controversial comes up, they will demand you take a stance.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, you can do it, and there's a niche there that you can, like, fit into. But whoever does that needs to understand you will permanently be marred with that. And you will
Good.
never be able to do anything else.
Good effing luck to the poor person that decides that they want to make politics the VTuber that wants to make politics their main thing. Good luck. All right.
Good luck and God bless.
Because I ain't interacting with you, period. And a lot of VTubers will not interact with you, period. Because you are going to bring them down as well. And that's not me being mean. That's just me being straight with you business-wise. They're going to blacklist you because of that. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, let's move on. It's okay to be lolly/Shota VTuber and make content with them because characters are fictional. Now, legally wise, yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure it doesn't qualify as CSAM.
It doesn't, because fictional, the person behind the model is an adult. People can bitch about it. People will bitch about it. People harass the person about it. But it's their content. They'll do what they want. There's an audience for it. I have plenty of friends who have lolly Shota models. Do not safe for work stuff. But if no, they don't about it. They don't say, hey, yeah, here, have this. Hey, you want to hate on me? Here you go. Have my virtual naked tits. I don't fucking...
Mm-hmm.
But, like, let people do what they want. Do the good old block mute.
For the most part, yeah, I agree. And I don't, yeah, and the thing with harassment, the funny thing about harassment, is that can lead into people doing illegal stuff. Because, like, that's the funny thing is, like, people say, oh my gosh, you're tweeting out CSAM, and I'm being very I'm saying that because it's the proper term that doesn't get people mad at you. You have CSAM on you, and it's not that at all. But then they commit crimes trying to get you that's not even committing a crime taken down. It's really hypocritical, you know, really hypocritical.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kara is a friend of mine, and I asked them, and they said they weren't referring to me. Overwhelmingly flashy designs are annoying to look at. I'm tired of mommy VTubers. Acting cute is annoying. No matter who or what you are behind the screen, your model can be whatever you want. Let people hate. Those are things off the top of my head. And I agree. I agree
with the let people hate.
It's like I personally don't like super flashy models and stuff, because depending on the color mixes, it hurts my eyes. If there's too much going on, how am I supposed to pay attention to what you're playing?
I agree. I agree. I feel like I tried to dance the line between being just enough and not being overly flashy. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. There's a lot of pretty models. Can't watch them. Wanna know why? They are too flashy. Way too flashy. Like Silvervale also touts that line. Like her mom, I feel like just the right amount of like if you overdo the colors, it feels like if you do like more than 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know how many colors. I'm trying to count the colors on my outfit so that I can bullshit this. But if you do more than a certain amount of colors and shapes, like if you're just overly detailed, all right, if you're trying to look like the cover to a manga instead of like one of the panels to a manga, people can get turned off, in my personal opinion. So
I'm simple. I am simple and probably mildly bold.
no, you're just fine.
Ah,
I mean, there's not a lot you can put on a mermaid besides, you know,
a
your
tail.
bikini and a tail. Yeah. I mean,
One of these
yeah,
days I'll get Lumi a pirate outfit.
there you go. You can put a little bit on that.
Mm.
But no, keep it simple. Chat.
Or feet. Lumi do have.
Yeah, or feet. Yeah, that's important. VTubers need to have a bit of knowledge about business and how to run it if they want to make it big. Otherwise, they'll fumble their chances and shoot themselves in the feet. I agree. I agree. Give me a moment. There are people, very few, that I observe. They know nothing about business, and they want to make it so hard on doing VTubing. They want to make it so hard. Huh?
I am people. I don't know shit about business.
You're different. You're different.
I'm different.
You are different. You are. Okay, you want to know what makes you different?
What?
You tried multi-streaming, all right?
Yeah.
Before it was safe, before people wouldn't get banned, all right? Before it was safe to do it, you've done way more than a majority of the streamers I see on Twitter. And just on Twitch in general. Yes, Twimmer. X.
Companies can suck my ass, I'll do it.
But like you do way more, in my personal opinion. Like the fact that you decided to do that in general means that you have more business savvy. All right? I think the point of needing to have a bit of knowledge about business means willing to try something, willing to find people that know something. All right? It's not just, oh, I know how to run a business. It's also, where can I make those connections? What can I do? How can I always keep improving? Again, I don't know very many of them. Some of them I knew personally. I don't really know them personally anymore. But I know a couple VTubers that just shit the bed because they don't know what they're doing. And then they wonder, why am I not making any money? Why is this not working out for me? I've been doing this for how many months, how many years, and nothing is going on for me. And they're screaming out into the void. And they're like, what's going on here? What is the secret sauce I'm missing? And I'm like, I might have the answer. And they're like, no, shut up. I don't want the answer from you. And it's just like, all right, flounder on your own, I guess. And
I feel like we had this conversation before.
Huh?
I feel like we had this conversation before.
You know what? I think we have. We probably have. I won't go on, but like, I check up on some of these people.
Yeah.
And they're not any different. They're not any different. People still try to help them. And they're like, no, you don't understand. It has to be done this way. Okay.
Yeah.
When you graduate, I won't hold back my laughter.
I mean, hey, when these certain people graduate, make sure to put them into the graduation of the week. Do a special. You could do a special feature just for them.
I will, but I won't tell anybody who they are because I have enough respect that I won't be that mean. I could be, but I won't be that mean. All right, chap. I'm not mean. I'm not mean. All right.
We're a bunch of sweeties around here.
We're a bunch of sweeties. We're a bunch of anti-bullies.
Yes.
We're anti-bullies.
The no bully squad.
Yes, exactly. Show us where the bullies are and we will help you. Let's see here. Melody is the best worst thing to happen to VTubing. Nowadays, you will almost never find anyone that isn't lewd. The only one I can think of is Pippa. And for the most part, I agree. I think that there are a lot of VTubers that aren't specifically lewd, but I do think that Melody did kickstart something where a lot of VTubers or just like people that made virtual content like, oh, can I do that? Can I
I
make a
will
model?
say, I don't think it was Melody.
You don't think it was Melody?
Because I think a lot of people forget that Melody, even though she did get super popular, she never got popular with wider VTubing spaces. She got popular within like niche Coomer spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people hate to hear that. But yes, the only people that like Melody are Coomers. That's why her viewership completely died when she decided she was going to be political. Um,
Oh, really? Did she get political? I don't follow her. See, I don't know any of this.
she did. She got like hyper political and people just stopped caring.
Didn't she get political after she joined?
Yes.
Okay.
And she stopped being lewd too. So her viewership just like tanked.
So what is she doing
Isn't
nowadays?
she making an H game though?
Possibly. She just stopped like the porn streams.
Man,
As far
I
as
see.
she might
Hi,
still do them
Davi.
like
How are you doing?
sometimes.
Is it
Crazy.
Davi or Davy?
People are gonna like be salty when I say this. The person who kicked off lewd VTubing as it is today, 100% is Kason.
Who's Kason?
Coco.
Coco.
Who's that?
They're also in VShojo.
They're in VShojo now, and they were in HoloLive first. They were the Purple Tail Dragon VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Why do you think Kason? Here, I'll send you a picture. Why do you think Kason?
Because you can even see it when Kason was being retired. A majority of people attributed to her, including me, opening VTubing out of the typical idol culture and more into being like very suspect. Like a lot of people forget that one of the official merch for Coco was a purple dragon tail that had a butt plug on the other end of it. It was a very common meme that her tail was a butt plug.
Okay, so I did pronounce your
man.
name correctly at first. Okay, let's see. For some reason, VTubers struggle to say my name, so you could try to pronounce it. Davi Souza de Vasconcelos. I think that's it.
That and Kason and Coco have a much wider VTuber audience than Melody ever had.
Yeah, I don't watch her at all. I do know that she's very promiscuous, likes to kiss a lot of girls, but
Yeah.
you know what? I guess I'm willing to agree with that. Kason isn't even a VTuber. No, she's kind of a mix in between. But she's kind of running the VShojo in Japan now.
Yeah. I think some people would get mad at that because a lot of people really like Coco. But I will say that she is also kind of becoming some of the same problems we have with other VTubers now.
What problems are that?
Well, first off, she does way more IRL streams than she ever does VTuber streams.
Mm-hmm.
Even as soon as she left HoloLive, she immediately started IRL streaming. It's just like her thing, I guess.
Hi, Melia.
Would that be the only problem then, or?
No, I mean, I would say like the lewd thing is another thing with her that a lot of people get annoyed with. She's got the same issue where she like carries water for VShojo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because one of the first things she said was she was not going to join a corporation again because she saw more value in being independent and then immediately joined another corporation.
Mm.
I mean, how many ex-corpo VTubers said that they'd rather be independent than, well, more so be scooped up in the fucking dustpan going to Gojo?
Oh dang! Don't say that. I think Kenya's not that bad of a VTuber. She's like the only one that I feel like is semi decent over there. I don't know.
Oh, Gap said I think Kason was way better when she was restricted by HoloLive, and I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
She might have been. I don't know.
I think anybody that continued to watch her after would probably agree with that. The thing is, I don't think a lot of people continued to watch her after she left HoloLive.
Brute
I mean,
dragged
she still had like
down.
She still had a sizable audience, but I think
Yeah.
she lost a lot of those dedicated people.
Yeah, probably. Silvervale and Vay are doing just fine as indie. Well, they're not really indie. They're under an umbrella, but they kind of operate on their own.
Yeah.
Like they're in a big conglomerate group of streamers, but they're more independent than VShojo, I would say. Excuse me. Anyway,
It's like something about V. I can't. Besides the very few things of mouse that I see, I don't see the appeal.
Oh yeah, I think with Henya, it's literally just I think she is the biggest anti-lewd VTuber there because she's just like she acts almost like a child on purpose,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funny. It's perfect.
She is a lewd lolly though.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, move on here. We're almost done. We're almost to the bottom here. And I'm skipping over some that are again overlapping. Drama seems to be the single most popular thing in the VTuber community. I would partially agree. Happens constantly and is always seems to be the result of the most viewed, commented, retweeted posts I see that are VTuber related. But Twitter is a lot like that. No, I think the part of the problem is, Twitter is a lot like that. You get clicks, engagement, and sometimes negative stuff is the best way to do it, you know?
That's where we come in like a vacuum and put it on our podcast.
Oh goodness. If you are known for attacking VTubers or aren't tolerant about weeb culture, it's probably a sign you shouldn't be a VTuber. I agree. If you aren't willing to accept Japanese culture, get the fuck out of here, bro. Sorry.
Also, welcome to the Reef Dagneers.
Let's see. Just because you can hide behind an avatar doesn't mean you can hide that ugly personality. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, people can act all they want, but their actual personality will ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And I think that's pretty much it. Some people were saying that cute and flashy over too detailed. I agree. This person's completely wrong, but they say flat versus huge honker VTubers, and I think that is fake news. All right, we're gonna say that's fake news and move.
Nope, I agree.
I enjoy all chest sizes.
Flat is justice.
I mean, just wait till I have my lolly model. I can have big titty or flat titty.
What are you gonna do with that?
My lolly model?
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever I feel like
Make
doing that day. It's like with my bean toes model, where I'm just like, you know what? I feel like being a bean today.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, I know exactly what to do with my lolly model. When I do my second playthrough of the coffin of Andy and Lele, I'm going to use my lolly model. That's done.
Oh my gosh. All right. Here's a bit of quick news. If you are on Twitter and you follow me, which you should, you might notice that I have changed my bio. Mizuhana and I are quote unquote officially together now.
For clout.
For clout.
They're married for clout.
For clout. Totally 100% original here, all right? When's the honeymoon? Well, the plan is we're going to go to Japan where we're going to violently break up with each other, and I'm going to make them pay for it, all right?
I'm going to make three of us are going to go to Japan.
Lumi is also going to come, and then it's going to be like revealed that Lumi was like secretly my my BF/GF the entire time.
I'm not going to be the cuck this time. It's going to be Mizu.
No, we're going to put Lumi in the cuck shed.
Oh my god.
No! I don't want to be in the cuck shed. God.
Damn.
If I'm going to be in the cuck shed, I may as well stay in the States. God.
Don't say that about the States. It's a weird dojin. Can't wait.
Yes, it is, nerdy. It definitely is. We are going to fucking troll on her.
If somebody wants to write it, you are more than welcome to. We
Okay,
may or may
okay, no,
not
no,
read
no.
it on camera.
No, listen. If anyone has some funny little editing skills for Photoshop, if you want to edit me into the closet and have Mizu and Akko on the bed, do it.
As long as it's not overly promiscuous, I will gladly share that.
Akko's on top. Mizu's just getting squished by the giant tits on the bottom.
I'm fine with this.
Taking someone's line, turning it into an ARG. Yeah, of course. Obviously. Listen, if Arya can take a dude to Japan and dump his ass because she wants to emotionally manipulate him, then I can fake do that and still make it seem just as convincing. All right?
You probably make it seem more convincing.
Plus, we'll actually have a good time while doing it.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. That's gonna be our 3-year plan. The three
There
of
we
us are gonna
go.
go to Japan.
At the end of the did the Arya drama end yet? Are they back from Japan? That's a good question. Lumi, are they back from Japan?
She's back from Japan. She got back from Japan last week.
There we go. She got
But
back just as I headed out.
You know, like in a couple weeks she's gonna post some pity party or woe is me type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything else interesting happens, you're sure as shit we're gonna talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Oh man, I wish I was there last week, but it's just like holy cow.
I talked a lot. Ah.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. All right, I can close that. Close that. Oh, do you want to talk about Bungie next? Or do you want to talk about the Mr. Beast drama next? Let me give you guys an option to choose here.
It is your choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's talk about Mr. Beast first. It's a slightly shorter because the Bungie thing I could probably go into a rant over. Okay. So, very quick recap. This is not VTuber drama. This is, I hate saying FleshTuber, but this is FleshTube. This is IRL streamer or content creator drama. All right, quick understanding. Who is Rosanna Pansino? I'm pretty sure I'm not saying her name right. She is a YouTuber who has made content for over a decade. I believe she is mostly well known for her content where she makes like delicious like treats. Basically, she makes shiny looking treats. And she was really big like a decade ago when that was like a thing that she had basically the market on. And then as time has gone on, you know, more and more kind of jumping into the sphere of making things and showing off how they make things. And I'm going to be real with you, I forgot that she existed until she started up this drama. So last week, I can't remember the day, she decided to tweet out that Mr. Beast rigged a creator game that she was in. Now, chat, you might be asking yourself, did he keep her from winning first place? Is Mr. Beast a closet misogynist? No. The contest that she was in was a charity event and $1 million charity event where the winner would get money for their charity of choice. She was not in top. She was not in the top. According to her, all right? This is according to her. She was in the top 3. She didn't win, all right? She's not, it's not like she missed out on 10,000 or 100,000, you know, a small amount of money here, all right? Only first place wins. But she, according to her, was in 3rd place. But because the editing wasn't good, according to her, she was edited out of the top 3 spot. Again, doesn't matter because she wouldn't have gotten anything, all right? There would have been the clout, the uber clout of saying, I got 3rd place. I got 3rd place in this competition. What'd you win? Nothing. Okay. You know? But she has to start this whole, oh, woe is me, and Mr. Beast is a misogynist and all this kind of crap about how he sensationalizes his videos. And it's like, really? Have you never watched a Mr. Beast video before? Have you never seen just like his content? Yeah, he sensationalizes it. He makes it very big. because that's what gets some views. And he wants the views to recoup the money he just spent making the video. So, in my personal opinion, this whole drama with her is a nothing burger. Because what does it suck that she was edited out of the top 3? Yes. Why couldn't she have sold it in private? God only knows. But in my personal opinion, I would have just DM'd him and said, and this was like years ago. This isn't like last week's video. This is like a couple years ago I was edited out of this, and right now I feel like telling my story. I swear, saying that it sounds like he raped her, and he didn't. He just edited her. He just had one of his editors edited her out of a spot. It's just, I don't know, man.
It's like, I've heard people say that they don't like Mr. but they're fine with. It's like you have to admit there is a separation between Jimmy, who runs the channel, and Mr. Brand. I've heard people say they hate the brand, they're fine with the.
Yeah.
So like, it's one of those.
It's, you can hate how he does his content. That's fine. His business ethic terrifies me because I wish I had a fraction of that. Because I would like to be as busy and wanting to work as hard as he does. But like, this ain't it, Chief. If this is such a nothing burger that like, even if this was the day after the video came out, a lot of people wouldn't give a shit. And a lot of people were wondering. And I personally, for a while, I thought this was a clout chase. For a while, I thought, did she orchestrate this? Like, in my head, in my personal bias, I was like, there's no way Jimmy would have done this. There's no way Jimmy would have just been like, yeah, you can do this. This will hurt my reputation, but you can do this. Part of me was like, maybe she decided to do this randomly for clout. And it kind of felt like that because all of her recent content is getting shit views and she's like not popped off in a while. And this is the most she's been like in it for a while. But like, I don't think it's a cloud chase. I genuinely think that she's delusional enough to think that she has been so royally wronged that the internet needs to know. Like, what the timeline of events is. She puts out the tweet, then she puts out more tweets. Then eventually she's like, sorry guys, I'm going to delete all of this and we're going to solve it in private. Then literally the other day, she's like, I can't believe I deleted all this. None of this is getting solved in private. You guys, I feel like so taken advantage of. And it's just like, shut up, woman. I'm sorry, but...
So Oka knows I have a very controversial opinion on this whole issue.
Yes, you do, and you're fine to have it.
Yeah. So, I tend to agree that Mr. Beast was probably a dickhead because the way he makes content is a very dickish, impersonal way to make content, which I think is just in general bad for like the overall landscape of independent content creation. I agree that she's just whining, and she's really just crying about something that's in the grand scheme of things not that important. But at the same time, I do agree that Mr. Beast was probably a dick, and somebody like eventually was going to call him out.
Yeah, and it's like YouTube nowadays. It's like, you know, back in the day where the bar was basically underground to, you know, make content and get, you know, paid. Now it's basically pay to play thanks to people like Mr. B. You know, all these people who can spend a lot of money to make these ass fucking production like. And for anyone else who doesn't have the money for that to like go travel the world and be like, hey, look at my vlog. Hey, look, I can live outside my RV and not have a fucking job. Those are popular because people want to project onto that.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
It's very pay to play.
And I will say that, like...
Poco, really?
The corporate feel of Mr. Beast, I understand a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people will definitely feel left behind because it's very fast-paced. And I personally think that his idea of wanting to make the best content for the people he wants to appeal to isn't a bad thing. Do people get left behind? Yeah, they are going to get left behind, unfortunately. This is just, unfortunately, when you're in the pursuit of the best, yeah, I probably would have cut her out too if the way that she got third place sucked ass. Yeah, I probably would have. But, is it morally correct? No. No. Technically lying. Not even technically, yeah, it is lying to your fans that if this is true, because I at this point I don't even know how much of this is actually true, but like, yeah, it sucks, but that's business for you, and if you're not willing to play the business a little bit, it's gonna be a lot harder for you. In my personal opinion, it's really gonna be harder for you. You have to pick your
My
battles in that case.
I guess my thing, and I think this is eventually gonna hit people like a truck,
Mm-hmm.
is Mr. Beast is no longer indie content creation. And some people
He
don't want
hasn't
to
been for
hear
a
that.
while.
He hasn't been for a while, but some people don't like to accept that because he started indie.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Mr. Beast is just as bad as any other big business. And people are gonna
Yeah.
hate to hear that, but he is. They're like, especially when he announced like he was moving all his people into like this little neighborhood for content
Mm-hmm.
creation, and everybody was talking about how nice that was. That's literally what businesses used to do back in the day because
Okay,
it was just more efficient and workers were willing to work longer hours when they had their needs provided for like that.
I was
Right.
about to
No.
say, hearing that exact description, that's a factory town.
Yeah, that it's literally like a crony capitalism thing that used to happen way back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude,
Uh,
some businesses now, aka Amazon, are trying to bring back factory towns.
That would be interesting. That would be really
It's
interesting.
it's so fucking dystopian. It's like you won't own anything.
I
It's a step closer to socialism.
people don't understand like how bad it is because one of the first questions that came up is, okay, well, what if they want to quit? Do they have to move out of their home?
Yep.
Because if you're providing them a home, they are basically required to forever work for you. That's why factory towns were a thing because people felt like they couldn't leave.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like the thing with factory towns is there's no it's not like you signed a lease, so there's no eviction process. It's basically as soon as you quit that job, you have to leave. Better hope that you got accommodations with that 2 weeks notice because once you're out, they want you fucking gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll be a home for a new slave worker.
I will say, people are gonna say I'm just coming on the defense of him, but I feel like the way I read his character, I feel like he genuinely doesn't want to hurt people like that. I think like the unfortunateness of trying to pursue the best content, it's going to feel like to him it's an accident. I do think that like he genuinely, when Rosanna was like this, I think he probably was like upset, probably a little angry, but then it was also upset, just like this person fell by the wayside. I kind of want to fix this if I can. And I genuinely think his personality is not wanting to hurt anybody and just wanting to do the best he can.
I
I
I
would
mean,
don't know.
say that if it wasn't for I think it was either his Jacksepticeye issue
Jacksepticeye. Yeah.
where Mr. Beast proved
Yeah.
to everybody that he cares far more about his business's reputation than his own, like, than actually treating people well. Because as soon as anyone said, I kind of feel like you're treating this too much like a business, he straight went on the attack, like,
Mm-hmm.
not letting up. And I think that for me, that told me exactly where he stands.
Yeah, it
It
definitely wasn't a good look in my opinion. I think he got a little too angry.
Because
it's
More
like
I
than just a
as
think what a lot
little.
of
soon
people forget is they're like, well, Mr. Beast is nice to me in person. Yeah, everybody's probably going to be nicer in person. Like, if I sat down with any president in the past, like, whenever, almost all of them are probably very personable sitting and talking in person. Vladimir Putin's probably personable to sit down and talk to in person. It doesn't mean they're
Probably.
not unrepentant assholes to anyone who's not the family member or a friend.
Yeah.
it's
No, I
like
agree.
what was it? When I was at work and I was just listening recommendation. There's
Mm-hmm.
been a brand new call out about Pokemon. And people who have talked to her in private and stuff are people was like, yeah, she flips personalities like a fucking light switch. she'll talk shit about people, make fun of people, all that in private. But as soon as that go live button happens, then she's all about, oh no, bullying. Hey, I'm just a girl. Yeah. So like
Mm.
people's it's scary how quickly people can personality. It's
Oh, I
horrifying.
agree. I agree.
So
I
like
think that
anyone has the ability to. It's just how good they are at hiding it.
I agree. I think especially like a lot of the big people at the top, they want to cute like the cute uwu bean, unlike Mizu, who is actually the cute uwu bean. All right, they want to act like that, but underneath they all want to talk just as much shit as we are right now. They just are trying to keep they're just trying to keep their facade going because that's what keeps you coming back. But I guarantee if it wouldn't hurt them in the slightest, all of those people would be the nastiest people that they could be because they knew they could be. I
And
guarantee it.
yeah, Melia, Pokimane was shown to be a shit person years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
don't forget the Poke Simps are.
Mm-hmm. And I went. Someone brought up they think that Mr. Beast snapped. It's hard for me to say personally. Again, I want to maintain a side of I like his content and I like his business ethic, but I don't know him personally. So I will maintain that it could be maybe, yeah, he did snap. Because I do agree, content creation is hard. Like getting on that grind, trying to edit something once a week for people, it is very hard, especially when it's not your full time, when it's like your second full time job. So probably was hard for him, probably was dealing with a lot. And the Jacksepticeye thing, which, you know, I'm pretty sure Jack was somebody that he also really liked because Jack has been a creator for a lot longer than a lot of us. But like, I don't know. I'll say that's a possibility. But like, I
Yeah,
think that being the biggest person on the platform does come with its own negatives, and it's hard
it's
to please everyone.
like I think Jack actually clarified in like a couple days later saying that he's fine with Jimmy as a person, he does not like the
Mm-hmm. You know,
so he did clarify it.
yeah, it's again, I think that he's a totally nice person. I think it's just when you're at the top of something, it's really hard. It's really hard. So,
Mm-hmm.
all I would say is that if you are a spiritual person or you are a person that meditates, just pray that he continues to do the best he can, because that's at the end of the day all you can do.
Yep.
That's all you can do. Anyway, let's move on to something very meaty that I want both of you to give me your input on. So, do you remember
Would
when
you
we
say it's
talked
very
about?
girthy?
Yes, I would say it is very girthy. I'm not quite sure how
Everyone
long.
get your popcorn. Akko's
Yes,
gonna
get
go
your.
on her soapbox.
I want you guys to be on your soapbox too, because this is like a very very big commentary on what is wrong with pop culture today. Okay, so I have to dial it back a little bit for you guys. I'm gonna sit back in my chair. I am gonna get comfortable. All right. Do you remember the Bungie Latinx stuff or Latinx stuff? Do you all remember
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, so that was a couple of weeks ago. When I saw that happen, when I saw all of that happen, I was like, oh no. Oh no, something big is gonna happen. Because, like, to. Have you either of you played Destiny? I think,
No.
Mizu, you said you did.
I have, yeah.
You have, okay. To give you guys some context, Destiny has kind of had a rocky time pretty much since Destiny 2. I am not a Destiny expert. My Destiny expert is in my chat, so he can correct me. But pretty much from the beginning of Destiny 2 to right now, which is about 3 or 4 years, it's been up and down and up and down. So at the beginning of this year, around February, when the newest expansion came out, there was already some upsetness because the expansion that came out now technically should not have existed. Lightfall is a filler expansion because the expansion that was supposed to come out ended up getting delayed because it wasn't where they wanted it to be. So the expansion that came out in February ended up being the filler content. And, you know, everybody was still fine with that as long as they made a good content. We were coming off of the high that was one of the best expansions in the longest time. Everybody loved it. The story was great, the progression was great, all of the hard content was amazing, and it was just good. And then they go to Lightfall. Story is absolute shit. Everybody hates it. Not only is the story shit, but there are more questions than answers, and everybody wants to leave Destiny forever. And
Mhm.
the devs are freaking out. And they come out and say, listen, guys, listen, we understand things have been a little rocky. We get it. It's been rocky for us. Things are going to get clarified down the road. And then they slowly start to clarify, and things are slowly starting to get better. And we're going back. It's like a roller coaster. We're going back up on the roller coaster here. So last season, which started a couple of months ago, really good, really tough, and everybody's starting to love it. Then they do the Latinx stuff, and a whole lot of people shit on them. And I feel like the reason why people have been shitting on them is because nobody likes politics in video games. I don't know why.
Well, you
And
gotta
Bungie's
have the
been
two sides to it. Nobody likes politics in video games, but people from like actual Spanish-speaking countries have repeatedly said they will not use Latinx and they do not like it.
agreed.
Yep.
It is
Agreed.
just
Yeah.
an American creation, and the people that natively speak this language have said we don't like this.
Agreed. And not only that, I would like, people want to talk about racism. There's a lot of quote unquote racism. This is actual racism, in my personal opinion. Trying to force another culture to adopt your culture is racism, in my opinion. All right? They should not be forced to accept words that is not part of their culture and goes against their culture. So a lot of people were upset at them with this, and they said nothing. All right, they were quiet, as all companies typically are. And
Yeah.
then on the 30th, it was either the 29th or the 30th. I'm pretty sure it was the 30th. So this was only like
30th.
2 or 3 days ago. Pete Parsons, who is the CEO of Bungie, actually this was before. So we start hearing rumors from different publications that Bungie's laying off people. And whenever there's people that get laid off, it's always sad. It always sucks. When I heard this, I wasn't particularly surprised. Reason being all of the shit I just mentioned. All right. They had a shitty expansion launch. Things have been up and down for a while, and a lot of the players have been upset. I forgot to mention, by the way, this game has a very big PvP element, which has been ignored. Why has PvP been ignored? Because they decided to shift all of their PvP resources into a brand new PvP game that they're working on. And they showed that off. Hey guys, you know all those resources where we put into PvP? Here's this brand new toy that we're working on, and we're not going to put any resources into PvP until this new game is done. And then after that, guess what? Go play that new experience. So a big portion of the community, like, they're like, oh, so we're just getting shit on? We have to be PvE until this brand new toy comes up? Well, like, that's not cool. So a lot of people have just been upset with the devs, the community, the lack of communication from higher ups. And so these layoffs start coming out. And people are speculating, oh, why are these people getting laid off? What's going on here? Excuse me. And, you know, it's about 1 to 2 days before we learn. Bungie doesn't actually come out and say why. You know, the CEO comes out and says, today is a sad day for Bungie as we say goodbye to colleagues who've all made significant impacts at our studios. What these exceptional individuals have contributed to our games and Bungie culture has been enormous and will continue to be part of Bungie long into the future. All right? They come out and say, yeah, we had to fire some people. Sorry about that. And then they turn right. This guy literally turns right back around. Some of this is leaked, so I don't know how true this is. Obviously, this is just what is being reported. Apparently, this guy turned around and said to the remaining staff, we kept the best people and only the best people. I know that he was probably like trying to bolster people, saying, listen, We only kept the good guys here, all right? You guys are all the good guys. But man, is that like such a shitty thing to say after you fire 100 people? So from what I understand, 100 people are gone. 100 people are gone.
A lot of them were probably their friends.
A lot of them were
Yeah.
probably their friends. Yeah, because the thing is with Bungie, from what I understand, they have a very big family culture. A lot of them are just like, we're all best friends. We all love each other. Nobody goes behind each other's back and all that shit, even though there's like rumors of racism in there. But that doesn't matter because we're all buddies, we're all friends, and all that stuff. And then we just get rid of, 100 people.
Just
and then
fired all your friends.
Exactly. We got rid of all your friends and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the community is upset. Why is Bungie doing this? Why is Bungie getting rid of all of these people? And a lot of people are pissed off. Like a lot of content creators. And I have my own gripes with these content creators that I'll talk about in a moment. But it comes out, Bungie missed their projected earnings. Actually, I want you two to guess. How much do you think they missed their projected earnings?
I don't like this game.
I am gonna
Just
guess
what's the number?
38%.
38%? Okay. What do you think a dangerous
60%.
number would be? What would be a dangerous miss, in your opinion?
Dangerous miss?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Okay.
from what I know about businesses, 10%'s a dangerous miss.
Dangerous
And
miss.
that's probably underestimating the number. Dangerous
Yeah,
miss is
I'm gonna
probably
keep
even
my
way
number.
under that.
Okay. 45%.
Oh God!
Your
That's-
business, all right, underperformed
Jesus.
by 45%. All right? When your
That's-
profit, because I know that profit margins are very tiny. Like saying you make $1 million and you spent 900,000 of that, and so you need that 10% to go far. 45% of your
Okay.
projections for the year are gone.
I don't even think Activision Blizzard missed that much with the sexual assault allegations that were going on. God damn.
45%. All right?
45 fucking percent projection miss?
Chat, do you want and like here's the thing. I'm not surprised, all right? I knew when Lightfall was shit, Bungie was gonna suffer. All right? I knew it. And I said to myself back when that happened, this is gonna have a cascading effect. This is gonna really hurt down the line. And I think some people forgot about this because everybody's like, oh, Lightfall sucked. But then they also tried to say that it was the best-selling campaign. It was like, here's the thing. It could be the best-selling until everybody decides to refund it because it's a piece of shit.
It's
I know what
Jover.
happened. A lot
Well,
of
this
people
happens a lot.
refunded it.
Like, on day one, like, I think people forget, No Man's Sky is one of the best-selling games of all time.
Yes,
It's
it
not the
is.
best-selling, but it is one of the best-selling
It
games
is,
of
yeah,
all time.
one of the best.
It is also one of the most refunded games of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It also has one of the best redemption stories of all time. But no, chat, if you miss 45% of your projected earnings and you're owned by Sony, yeah, I would be letting go of some people too. Now, is that the moral thing to do? Absolutely not. But if I was a business, oh shit, I just missed a good chunk of what my company needs so I don't die. Yeah, I am sorry. You gotta go.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to
Yeah,
think
chat
because
has it
Melia.
right. In this situation, somebody's head is gonna roll.
Yeah, it's bankruptcy
Melia, I
territory,
think-
probably.
I think Bungie did partner with Feminist Frequency. Or was it someone else? No, who was the game company who made that one really stupid ad that Gundam covered?
Bungie
Where-
did?
I think it was Bungie.
Chat
I don't
says
remember.
Bungie did.
Okay.
Okay, so it was Bungie. Yeah, they partnered with Feminist Frequency on what was it? Diverse female bodies in games or some shit like that.
Feminist Frequency is why Mirror's Edge 2 isn't, like, remembered by anybody.
That's right. I forgot that Mirror's Edge was a thing, and now it's not.
Feminist
Adidas
Frequency
Sarkeesian
only has
was a lead,
36 followers on Twitter.
Nita Sarkeesian was a lead, what do you call them? Like, reference on Mirror's Edge 2. They had her going over
Really?
everything with them.
You know, she tried to fucking
Damn.
kickstart her career again by bringing up Gamergate.
Mm-hmm.
Gamergate is dead, along with the guy who started it, Jim. Let him die. Let Gamergate be dead.
They bring it up every year.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Really?
Gamergate is
Feminist Frequency
dead.
did that? Okay, Feminist Frequency are the ones that popularized the fiction affects reality bullshit.
It's not surprising.
No, so I'll give them that. They popularized the idea that video games cause sexism. They didn't popularize fiction affects reality. That was Jack Thompson. That will always belong to Jack Thompson.
Who the fuck is Jack Thompson?
Jack Thompson was the one who originally did congressional hearings about how Grand Theft Auto was turning kids into murderers.
No, yeah, that's been a thing for a while. The fiction is reality has not been a thing. It's been a thing since way before even D&D. But it's
Yeah.
just these people try to recycle it to fit their narratives. Whenever somebody says X fictional thing affects reality, they're a grifter, and you should not listen to them ever. All right, those people are stupid.
Followers, as
More than us, probably, but like it doesn't matter.
Oh,
but,
they.
like,
Oh, it was a different one that I looked at that only had. Oh. 36 followers. No, Feminist Frequency. Okay, I'm surprised with how many people of us of a certain group don't follow this account. No one that I follow follows Feminist Frequency. That's impressive.
That's funny. Melius said something I pretty much agree with. I agree with, but I also feel sorry for. And I'll get to that in a moment. But sorry if someone works for a shit company with SJW beliefs. You get what you deserve with layoffs. I'll be that asshole. So let's talk about that for a moment. Because, and I'm not going to talk politics, but what I am going to say is Bungie did envelop a lot of these political ideologies with their company, and they did make a lot of it cores of their company. All right. And like I said, this is a case study for people to look at. All right. I don't think that there's anything wrong with hiring diverse people. And in fact, I think that if you can, cool, great. But like, if the core of your company is just hiring all of the colors of the rainbow or just hiring specific people to check off boxes, it's no wonder you missed 45% of your fucking projected earnings. And if you don't get it together, Bungie, I hope you do fail. All right? I've only been with this game since Beyond Light, and I love this game. And there are a lot of people behind me that really love this game and have been with this game since vanilla D1. And they are crying, well, not physically crying, but they are super duper sad. All right? Super duper sad that their game is dying like this because these people can't get their shit in a bag. All right? So get it in a bag. Otherwise, nobody's even going to play Marathon, your new game that's coming out, because as far as I'm concerned, Marathon is dead on arrival at this point, because their brand new game that they're working on, everybody already hates it because they took away resources from the game that they actually liked.
Yep.
And
it's like,
yeah.
Unless Bungie wants to pull a fucking, God, who the.
Oh, Saints
But,
Row is completely dead.
Saints
Yeah,
Row's
but I'm
dead.
I'm saying if they want to pull a Saints fucking Row, they're gonna get absorbed into their parent company, and we'll never see another game by them ever again.
Volition. Yeah, Volition.
They want to pull a Volition, you know what? Whatever. But I will say what I always say about situations like this. It sucks to fucking suck, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does. And again, it's really sad because I'm going to tell you, Destiny is a great game. All right. When they're not doing these stupid brain dead takes. And I will make it as an aside. This is all higher up shit. All right. All of these choices that have been made that are ruining the game and are ruining the feedback of the people that actually like this, you know, the customers that don't like this, people that are doing this are just the higher ups. All right. The devs have been, it has been leaked again, and devs have come out and confirmed. We have been screaming at the higher ups to fix these things for ages. A lot of devs have come out and said, we need these things fixed. The players are not happy, and the higher ups don't care. So if you want to know who's to blame, blame the CEO. Blame Pete Parsons. He's part of the problem. Apparently, he's been in this company way longer than he should be, and he's part of the problem. So don't be mad at the devs. In fact, I would, if you pray or you meditate, those are the people that you pray for. You pray for the devs so that either they can land on their feet when they do get the boot, or that they can rescue this game. Because right now, after the next expansion that comes out that might be delayed, they haven't confirmed it, but they also haven't denied it. If this expansion does not bring back player sentiment to an all-time high, Destiny is gone. Destiny is just done, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They tried to blame the players, actually. They tried to say because people weren't buying the expansion enough, because it was underselling. I don't think that's I don't think it's the player's fault when you sell a bad product. Okay, I don't think it's my fault. You know, so I don't know. I think that the CEO, Pete, if you hear this, I think you need to step down. You fulfilled your role as a CEO, and that is to take the shit bag and leave. Take a bunch of money and leave, and never come back to Bungie, because you ruined it.
Fair.
Ruined it. How long has the CEO been with them? Ever since Combat Evolved. Pete has been in the company since Halo 1. And it's, according to, again, I wish I had more things to pull open here. But apparently, Bungie's been suffering with current management for a while. And it's really just reached ahead now. So, it's never really been good. That's what's sad.
Yeah, Bungie's always struggled.
Yeah.
Always. Anyway, there's a lot of content creators who've made great videos. This one by Ginger Prime. Bungie went woke. People lost their jobs. Class dismissed. It's a great video. If you want to listen to it, watch it, go. Is great little case study lesson about just what happened and what went wrong. And I think that if you want to, like, here's my advice for people that want to start a company. Be fair to people. Don't be stupid. Be fair to people. That's it.
Fair.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, this is a short one. And I feel kind of vindicated for this, because for the longest time, you know, you just randomly get people in your comments saying that you're a horrible person for disliking certain movies. Well, it has come out, and this is from Neon, from Clownfish. They're a great channel. HBO made their employees create fake Twitter accounts to harass and discredit critics. This came out in court documents, meaning that court record says this, which means it is true, because you cannot lie on court documents, period. That means that any Stan account that spends all day being obsessed with critics of a particular franchise could be a studio sock puppet. That literally means that if they sound like an NPC and talk like an NPC, they're an NPC.
It's like we already knew this.
We knew.
Like everyone already knew this. The fact that
now we
court
have court
documents had to.
We have court
Yeah.
documents.
It's just like every single a large company, from DC to Marvel to HBO to literally anybody, any studio, any corporation has so many fucking sock puppet accounts.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not surprised that this is like a thing. Like whenever I see, again, when I watch Clownfish all the time, because they're very good, very non-political too. They're very good at what they talk about. They're also got a lot of insider knowledge. But like when I see all of these accounts saying all these random things, they all sound very similar, and they all say basically the same things. It's because they're probably the same person.
It's just like, okay, remember when She-Hulk came out and all the She-Hulk stan accounts were demonizing anyone who didn't like the terribly animated She-Hulk and bad acting and the fact that fucking what's-her-face was twerking on screen and... I remember watching all of Clownfish's videos and funny, I love watching Clownfish. Neon and Geeky Sparkles are two of the chillest fucking people ever. I love watching.
Did you know that She-Hulk cost $200 million to make? That shit show cost $200 million, and they want a second season.
They already confirmed.
They're gonna get a second. Excuse me. They're gonna get a second season.
I hope Gundam watches all.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it. I refuse. I refuse. Like chat.
I watched this shit through Gundam.
Yeah, that's the only way that I watch stuff. Cause like anything that is new Disney wise, I have not seen it. Period. Anything. None of the new movies, none of the new TV shows. I have honestly checked out of all of Hollywood because none of it is worth watching. None of it. Why would you ask
Man.
people to defend your own show? Because you probably know it can't stand on its own merits, and that's really sad. Really sad. She-Hulk had a higher budget than Kenobi. Well, I'm gonna be honest, Tim. Kenobi, I've heard, also sucks ass as well. So, it's all horrible. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at Disney shit. It's all horrible. None of it is good.
All of it's just people really holding on to things like Star Wars still being good. Nobody actually thinks it's good. Everybody just really, really wants to believe like there's something left there of their childhood. And it's not. They brought your childhood's rotting corpse out, shot it just one more time for good measure, and then dumped it in a dumpster and then tried to sell it back to you.
They're trying to make it all look pretty. What about
Oh,
Across the
nerdy, I
Spider-Verse?
still need to
Across
watch.
the Spider-Verse wasn't fully Disney. I'm pretty sure Sony had a bigger hand in Across the Spider-Verse than Disney did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I feel like
Spider-Man
that would've been
is
shit,
still.
too.
Well, at least. Is it Spider-Man as a whole, or specifically Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that Sony?
I think I'm not entirely sure, but I believe parts of Spider-Man still belong to Sony, which is why they have most creative control over Spider-Man content.
It's a complicated situation.
Yes, it's complicated.
Like my love life.
Coco, I swear to fucking God.
Kenobi sucks. The only redeeming part was the finale. See, I'll have to take your word at it, Temp, because see, Temp is my my white pill in all of this, because he tells me when things are actually like decent, and I'm just like, I'll have to take your word for it because everybody else say it sucks ass.
No, they're right. The finale was the redeeming part because it ended.
That's true. I can agree there. Sony has the full rights to the games, movies, and TV, not just comics. Well, there you go. There you go. And South Park did tear Disney a new one. You know what's funny is after South Park did that, guess what everybody's doing? Tearing into Kathleen Kennedy. And guess what? She deserves it. She deserves every bit of it.
So many fucking people never heard of Kathleen Kennedy until after the Pandaverse.
Yep.
Kathleen fucking Kennedy is like, she's not like, you know, the root of all evil because she answered.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't.
Yeah.
But she's the face of it, so she gets the brunt of it.
Pretty much. But yeah, it's just like, whenever you see these accounts, chat, whenever you see them, they aren't real people, all right? Whenever somebody is very robotic in their response and starts calling you evil white racist, even though you might not be white or racist, that person's probably an NPC. Oh, goodness. All right, I have a few other things to talk to. Somebody asked if we were going to talk about VT Rainbow. We are going to talk about it, but we don't have a lot because there's not a lot we know. So that'll be probably more next week, but we're going to briefly mention it. Just letting you guys know because somebody did ask. This right here is more, I wanted Lumi to read it, and then we could talk about it. But like, this is one of those things where it's kind of weird. Anyway, Lumi, would you read this, please?
Okay. Alright, this is from a VTuber called Moonlit Salem from VQ. And it seems like anyone from VCuties always has the weirdest fucking takes. And just, I don't know if it's just the group itself, but like, always them. I'll say it again and in a more non-friendly way because I don't think my last tweet about this got through some people's heads. this hurts me to be meaner, but please stop the sexual comments towards me. Please stop calling me breedable. Please, please, please. I'm so fucking uncomfortable. I've stated my boundaries so many times, and the fact numerous people are still crossing them is beyond frustrating. Please, 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 please don't sexualize me and leave sexual comments. I'm okay with flirtatious comments, but please, for the love of God, stop. If it's like, okay, I know boundaries are important. Boundaries are a thing.
What
But
art
when
does she have? I want to scroll through. Actually, I probably shouldn't. Sorry.
Yeah, I would not do this.
I was about to say, you're about to be very fucking brave. Anyways,
Because I'm also
once-
sharing the screen, so let's not kill my stream too.
same with mine.
Sorry.
Man, a podcast band speed run, let's go. Anyways, if you are putting yourself out on the internet as a cute anime girl VTuber, I'm sorry, but you're going to get sexual comments.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm one of the people who are like, you know what? I don't care. Objectify Illumi. She's a fake character. I don't care. But anything that's on the internet will have porn of it. And
Yeah.
me. I'm
I
sorry,
will
you could be as a niche as you fucking want. Someone will be like, oh shit, that's hot. Then yeah. Rule 34 always comes. You could probably look up your name on Rule 34 if you are a somewhat public figure. You'll have art there. Akko, I dare you.
What?
Look yourself up on Rule 34.
I mean, it
Not right
probably
now.
is.
Not on
right now.
screen.
Obviously, not right now. No, I will say, I don't necessarily have a big issue with this comment because I do think to some extent, if you're not a lewd character, if your model isn't necessarily out there, you do have a little bit more credence to just be like, listen, this ain't me. So please don't think that I am. You know? I feel like I give off very almost etchy. I think etchy is like the furthest that will go because that's all I am okay with. But if I went full deep into it, I should expect that people say the nastiest, weirdest things about me. All right? Because the nastiest, weird things exist. Literally, have some people seen the things that they do about Hololive and they are not lewd at all? I don't know what you expect, but it's gonna happen. It's okay for you to not like it, and you can even say, "Listen, I'm not about this." But if you can't take it, you probably need to stop streaming because it's gonna get worse as you get bigger. So, did they shake? Obviously. What kind of question is that?
My thing isn't, oh, she shouldn't be asking for this. She should just take it. I've told people this before. You have to temper how you say things if you really want people to kind of fall in line with you. Because when you're this over the top with it, you're really not convincing anybody, and you're telling people that don't like you this is a very easy way to get under your skin.
Yeah.
For people that actually like you, all you really need is a, hey guys, I don't like this. Don't do it, please. Thank you, and you move on with your day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But people that constantly insist on this stuff over and over and over again, all you're doing is you're telling people who don't like you, this is the easiest way to get under my skin and annoy me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100%
And it's
agree.
like, the best thing you do if you want that kind of attention, make one comment if you really want to. I see she has Twitter.